What up, y'all? It's your boy B. All right, so I'm coming to you guys live and in action. We're wrapping up the cosmetic part of the rehab that we're doing, and I felt that I needed to tell a few people something. All these inboxes I get about real estate investing, and people that have already made a move in real estate and really didn't know what they were doing, and they're already in it, or they may have lost money on a deal and they don't understand why. And they went about it in a whole different way than what I would recommend as a mentor. So, of course, so the first thing I would say is, when you get started in real estate, there's a couple things that you make sure you want to do or know. And I'm gonna go over a quick three. I don't want to hold you long on this, but I'm gonna go over a quick three so that you can kind of get a better understanding of the things that you should be doing. So first, you want to know, this is not one of the things, but the first thing you want to know is, what is your strategy? Are you getting into it to flip it, or are you getting into it to rent the house? And if you're getting into it to flip it, I'm going to tell you one thing. If you get into it to rent the house, so identify the strategy, identify your exit. And it's always about starting with the end in mind. So when you start with the end in mind, it's easy to accomplish the task because you've already finished it mentally. What up, Akil? So you've already finished the task mentally. So anytime you start any business, venture, real estate, etc., start with the end in mind. So write this down, man. This is going to be some amazing information that, starting out, I had great mentors, but some things I wish I would have known early on. So start with your finish. So am I going to flip it or am I going to rent it? So let's just say if you decide you want to flip the property, we'll start there first. I'm more of a long-term play strategist now. I'm investing, not necessarily for me. My residual is good. I'm investing more so for, my great grandkids. Because my kids are good. So my play is a little bit longer term strategy. So, but if you're going to flip it, I know a lot of people are, they think the flipping is the strategy or the way to go. And that's very understandable, the way the market works, the way people talk about it online on HGTV and all that other good stuff. So if you want to flip a property, the first thing that you want to do is, some people go, I found a house, I found a deal, or I found a foreclosure, or I found a great investment property. That isn't the thing to do. The first thing that you want to do, if you're going to flip it, what should you find first? You want to find your buyers. So when I'm flipping a property, I already have the property sold before I buy the property. So that's the biggest thing. I already have the property sold before I buy the property. That way, I'm not trying to sell it, or I don't get caught holding a trick bag once I've, finished the rehab, and then I'm going to try to sell it. So that's the reason why I don't have realtors, on my payroll, because I already sold the property before I bought the property. So now I'm going to tell you a couple different strategies. I'll direct you to where you can find a couple different strategies that we use. But I have a slew of buyers, so I'm always, every day, I'm finding buyers. What do you want? What are you looking for, etc. Once I find the buyers, identify how much money they want to spend, what's their comfortable budget. I do all of that analysis up front. Then, and only then, will I go look for a property. So the first thing that you want to do is identify the strategy and then locate your buyers, okay? Once you identify your buyers, you find out where they would like to buy. And if they don't know, if they're coming to you for help, you're telling them where you're buying if you are an investor already. Then, from there, I'll go and I find the... let me do a walkthrough real quick before you close it up. Andreas, you okay? All right. So, thanks so much. So this particular house here, I'm gonna tell you a couple things. The colors that we use, and I would recommend that you use, and all that good stuff. So let me see if I can go in here. Nice little paint, all this stuff. We gotta do the floor next. So the second thing that I would do is, now once I've identified the buyer that I want to have for the property, I'm then going to do, I'm going to find the property. So I have these list of strategies where I find properties, for free. I don't really, pay for leads. I don't, do a lot of, sign placement, all that stuff. I have these online strategies because time is money. And so understanding that time is money, then I'm going to use my time effectively. I'm going to, go to my specific strategies. I'm going to go online, find, 50 to 200 properties for me to look at, and then I'm going to grab those properties. Once I grab those properties, or identify those properties, I make the phone call to a seller before they're about to lose the house, or a friend that refers them. or different businesses that have access to a lot of sellers. They send me deals every single day of people that, are distressed or whatever the case may be. So one big thing I'm going to tell you is distressed properties. I always find distressed properties because one, I don't want to try to convince a specific person to sell me their house. If I make you an offer, I make you an offer. But if you're about to lose your house or you need to sell fast, you need some quick cash, then I want to make it a win-win for you. My offer is my offer, period, point blank. I'm buying properties at 50% of the market value. I might push it to 60%. And the reason why I do that is when I'm finding properties and I want to buy my properties at recession type prices always. I don't care what market's in. I want to buy my properties at recession type prices as an investor. And that's my strategy. So when I buy my properties at recession type prices, what that allows me to do is when the economy drops, I can liquidate my properties a lot faster than most people can because I don't have as much money in it. So the key to it is buying my properties, finding my deals. So if you don't know how to find deals like that, then the third thing that you're going to need is a mentor. You need a mentor that can give you that shortcut to success. There's tons of mentors online. I know I have my strategic strategies that has worked for me and works for thousands of our students because we use a lot of free techniques. So that's the top three things you want to do. You want to find the buyer first. Then find the deal, and find the buyer online or from various referral techniques that we teach and we show. And then you also want to find the deals. You find the deals online from various free techniques that we show. You ain't got to spend no money. When I say you can make money in real estate flipping with no money at all, I really mean that. The biggest thing that you need to do is save your money to find and invest a mentor to teach you that specific strategy. Once you learn the specific strategies, that's when once you learn the specific strategies, that's when you actually find the deals a lot quicker, a lot better. So now once I do that, I then either sell my house. So once I finish the rehab, I do everything I need to do to it, etc. Then I sell the house to an investor. And of course, I repeat the process. So you decide how many times you want to do that. So if you want to make $100,000 today, or this week, you should already make the money. The money should already be made before you actually buy the deal. Period. So if I want to make $100,000 a day, I find the buyer who has the $100,000 to buy the investment. And then so now when I find the investment, I know that I've already made my $100,000. Period, point blank. I'm not trying to sell a house after I finished it. You get what I'm saying? If you're trying to sell your house after you finished it and your strategy was to flip it, you've already lost, guys. So it's your boy B dropping this quick nugget on you. If you want more information on how to invest in real estate, how to invest in properties, or you're looking for a mentor, we have an amazing course, thewholesaler'sblueprint.com. Thewholesaler'sblueprint.com. Thewholesaler'sblueprint.com.